How's it going, everyone? It's Caleb here, and today I'm making a video I wasn't sure I'd ever be able to make, but I actually was able to finish championship mode in South Park Rally. So today we're going to talk about South Park Rally on the N64. This is a kart racing game that obviously uses the IP of South Park, and I actually like this game. This game wasn't well received when it first released, but I actually think that's a pretty fun little racing game. It's not perfect by any means, but the arcade mode is definitely fun, and all the other just kind of like side game modes and the arcadey game modes that it has are just a lot of fun. I really enjoy them. But the biggest flaw with this game really is the championship mode, just because the championship mode is pretty difficult, and you only have a certain amount of tokens that you can use to basically retry if you lose an event. And if you run out of those tokens, then you have to restart the entire thing. Now, there's a save feature. However, the save feature does not actually save your progress. So, it only saves what you've unlocked. So, if you save the game and then hop off and think, oh, I'm going to go back in championship mode and pick up where I left off, you actually will lose all your progress. And that is a big no-no. They definitely should not have done that. So you have to beat this game in one sitting. And I have put hours and hours and hours into trying to beat this game over and over and over again. And yesterday, I was actually the furthest I had ever gotten in this game. And I thought maybe this is the time where I finally beat it. And the power went out. And I was just so upset. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. I was on the run of my life. But today, I put it back in. I tried to play through it again, and somehow I actually beat this game, and I was very happy that I did that. Now, that being said, even though I've beaten the game and gone through the championship mode, which championship mode is just a bunch of different races, it's a bunch of different events, a lot of like kind of collecting stuff and bringing it to certain checkpoints and stuff. Checkpoint races is something that you have a lot of in this game. A lot of events that require you to pick up one item and hold it away from all the other characters until this like countdown goes down. A lot of events like that. And championship mode is full of them, and it is very difficult. It is very difficult to get through, but somehow I was able to actually get through it today, and I was very happy I was able to do that. This game actually controls very well, and it looks pretty good for an N64 game, I think. I think everything looks just like how you would expect. You can tell what everything is in the references from South Park. If you like South Park, you're going to like the references. Overall, it's a really cool game. I like the courses. There's an okay amount of courses. I think there could be more, but there's an okay amount, and with all the other game modes that gives you, there's still plenty of stuff to do even when you play through all the courses, because then you can try all the other game modes on all the courses and stuff like that. And I do like the different ones. One of my favorite ones is actually the Cupid game mode. It's like Valentine's Day, I believe is what it's called. And the whole point of it is you have to try to get Cupid's bow and Cupid's arrow, and then you have to keep it away from all the other people. If the other people bump you, you lose it, and they get it, and they have a chance to use a Cupid's bow and arrow. But if you have it, the whole point of the game is you have to hit every single character that is on the track with Cupid's bow and arrow to be able to win it. And I think that's a pretty cool one. There's one where you're just delivering pink lemonade. There's another one that is delivering Halloween candy. That one is a pain in the butt. There's another one that's an Easter egg hunt. That one is also a pain in the butt. But they are fun. They're just a pain in the butt in championship mode because you're constantly under the, you're just constantly worried and you're under the stress of thinking, if I don't win this, I'm going to lose a token, and then I will have to redo all of my championship mode. But when you're doing these in arcade mode and you don't have that stress, it's actually quite a bit of fun. And even though I've beaten championship mode, there's still so many characters that I have not unlocked because of the fact that you have to do special things to unlock certain characters. There's like hidden ways to unlock the characters, which normally I like, but I will say in this game, they definitely made it way too obscure. I looked up how you unlock some of these characters, and I'm just like, there's no way I would have ever figured that out. Like, one of the characters, it's Cartman as a cop, it requires you to shoot a library truck by picking up a pickup. You get these pickups on the track, just like you do in pretty much every other kart game, but there's a specific item you have to pick up. You have to pick up Chef's salty chocolate balls. You have to pick those up, and you have to shoot this library truck like 5 times with those salty balls. But it's like, how would I ever even know to do that unless I looked it up? So there's definitely there's a lot of characters. There's a big roster here, but there's a lot of them that I probably will never unlock just because of how obscure and how ridiculous some of the unlocks are for these characters. But I will say, even with the starting characters that you actually get a decent roster already. And you get more in characters in this game than you do in a lot of other kart racing games on the N64, just right off the bat. So that's pretty cool. And also a nice thing is that you will unlock other characters. Playing through Championship Mode, you will unlock other characters, so you will have a bigger roster than what you see in most N64 kart racing games, which is pretty cool. I like the characters too. They give you good character selection. A lot of characters that you wouldn't expect to be in it are actually in it too. I didn't expect, like, Mephisto to be in it, for example. I believe that's how you pronounce his name. I didn't expect him to be in it, though, and it's kind of cool to see him in it. And there's just a lot of other characters. You can literally race his death eventually, but he's one of those characters that's really hard to unlock. I'm not sure I'll ever be able to, but either way, the game is really fun. It's a lot of fun. The only other complaint I really have about the game is that I really wish the courses were a little bit more linear. The courses are kind of everywhere, especially like whenever you're doing checkpoint races and stuff like that. You kind of have to constantly be doing, U-turns and turning around and going to the next checkpoint. It's very chaotic, and that's probably what they were going for, honestly. I mean, it's South Park. You probably want it to be kind of chaotic, but I prefer a more linear racetrack. I don't really like this whole, kind of almost scavenger hunt style of racing, It's okay, but I would have preferred a more linear track, or at least just more linear options in general, There's not a whole lot of just choices for very simple racetracks. But still, overall, this is a really fun game. I'm surprised that people didn't like this game. I'm going to guess that it was probably because of its difficulty in the championship mode. But still, if you can look past that and you can, just enjoy this game for what it is and play the arcade mode, it's a lot of fun. And honestly, championship mode is hard to beat, I will say. But when you do actually finish the game, it feels pretty good. I gotta be honest, it feels pretty darn good. Even though I haven't unlocked every character, like, I've unlocked all the tracks and everything, that's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with, what I've done in this game already. It feels like an achievement beating this game, so I'm pretty happy. I figured I'd have to review this game without ever finishing the championship mode. But to know that I've put all the hours into it and I've finally beaten it is just pretty darn good. I like this game, though. I love the music in it. You get a lot of South Park humor in this, a lot of South Park charm in this. If you like the show and you like kart racing games, you should probably pick up South Park Rally on the N64. I believe it's also, I think it's also on the PS1, but I'm not sure too much about that version of it. But this version is pretty fun. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the track designs. I enjoyed all the references from South Park. I enjoyed all the characters, the graphics, the music, the sound design, all of that, the voice lines. There's a lot of voice lines in this, the power-ups, all that stuff is really fun, and I really had a good time with this game. And this is something that I'll probably actually just put in randomly and play also, because I do just think that this is a really fun kart racing game. So go check out South Park Rally on the N64. It's a good game. I don't care what the reviewers back then said. It's a good one. I'll talk to you in the next one. You guys have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.